Comics are stupid.
No Harry Potter movie is good.
And you're like, give me the Snyder Cut. Oh, sorry. Just walk in front of you here. Gonna put my popcorn down. Oh, sorry. Gotta put this here.
Universal needs to sue Sony.
Hey, I'm an idiot. I was fired from Fox. Let me go.
I'd like actually to see Venom just crush Spider-Man.
Hello everyone, so we're back today with another episode of the Hollywood in Canada series, and we are joined by an amazing guest in Shailyn Griffin. How are you doing?
I'm great, how are you?
I'm doing great. So because this is our holiday episode, I have to ask you a question. What's your favorite holiday movie?
Okay, I like the classic Elf. That's my favorite movie. I watch it every single year. I watch it every year on Christmas Eve with my whole family, and we dress up in like Christmas onesies, and we have hot chocolate, and like that's our Christmas movie. I recently watched The Nightmare Before Christmas. I really enjoyed that one. I don't necessarily associate it with a Christmas movie necessarily. Like, it's not like your classic Christmas movie, but I do really like that one. It's also directed by Tim Burton, and he's one of my favorite directors, so I really love that one. But I'd have to say Elf or The Grinch. I love The Grinch as well. But yeah, Elf would be my favorite, just because I watch it with my family every year.
You gave a rank. That's good. Isn't The Nightmare Before Christmas more Halloween?
Well, I would associate it more with Halloween. I think anything Tim Burton is Halloween, really. Yeah. But I do watch it at Christmas just because it has Christmas in the title, so I'm like, it confuses me. Like, it should be a Christmas movie, right?
I mean, if Die Hard can be a Christmas movie, anything can be.
Anything, yes, exactly. Anything can be a Christmas movie, 100%.
Okay, so the second question I have to ask you is, do you like superheroes?
You're going to be so disappointed in me. You know what? I know absolutely nothing about superheroes, and I'm not proud of that. I'm really not. You need to give me some recommendations. I'm going to work on this. I'm going to get my knowledge up in superheroes, and then you can ask me this again, and I'll have an answer for you. But I did go and see Batman, like Robert Pattinson's Batman, earlier this year, I think, and I really liked that. But that was literally like my first superhero anything. So I would say my favorite superhero would be Batman, just because I have nothing to compare it to. But yeah, I you know what, I need to brush up on this. Because I know this superhero world is a really special place. So I'm gonna work on this. I need you to give me some recommendations, and I'll start working on this.
So you know what we'll do? I'll give you recommendations. You'll watch them. Then you'll come back. We'll do another interview.
Yes.
And you'll tell me.
I'll have so much knowledge for you. That will be the whole interview, just me talking about everything I've learned.
Now that is going to be amazing.
Love that.
Okay, that's a fair answer, but at least you've seen Robert Pattinson's Batman.
Yes, and I loved it. It was so good. So I don't know why I've never seen any superhero type stuff. I don't know. I've never been involved in that world, but I'm totally down to get on in there.
I'm surprised you've never seen an MCU movie. That's crazy.
I know. I'm not proud of it. It's not good. This is not something that I'd like to share on. This is embarrassing.
It's okay. We're gonna fix it. Okay.
We're gonna work on it. You know what? I have some time off at Christmas, and what I'm gonna watch, I'm not even gonna watch Elf this year. I'm just gonna watch superhero movies.
Okay, so we're going to fix that. Now I'm going to ask you a question about you. How did you get into acting?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so when I started acting, I think I was 9. So I've been doing it for a while, but when I first started and told people that I was like destined to act, everybody was like, no, you're not. I was a very, very, very shy kid. I would not talk like to anybody. So when people were like, when I told people that I was going to perform in front of groups of people, they're like, you really? Like on my report cards at school, even like my participation mark would just be like 0, and all the comments would be, she just doesn't talk. Like she needs to talk more in class. But I don't know what it was. I saw this acting class in Toronto. And I lived in Cambridge at the time. I actually just moved to Toronto. And so anyways, I went to my dad. I'm like, I really, really, really want to try this. And he's like, okay, like totally. This a little weird that you want to do this because you just are so shy. But I signed up for the class, and my dad took the day off to drive me to Toronto to go to this acting class. And I remember, oh my gosh, I walked in, I was so nervous, like I couldn't even function properly. I went up to like the front person there, and I'm like, hi, I'm here for this class. She directed me to the room that it was in, and I turned the corner and I see like some people in there, and like that was scary for me to see people. And I was like, I don't know if I can do it. My dad left. He's like, I just need to get out of here. Maybe she'll be fine to go into the room if I'm not here. And it was at like a pretty famous school in Toronto, so I knew like the head of the school just from like looking up stuff. And he turned the corner and he's like, hi. And I froze. And I literally ran out. I ran out of the building. I didn't say anything to anybody, and I ran out of the building, and I found my dad. I'm like, we have to go. Start the car. Like, we need to leave. I was so nervous. And then the whole way home, I was so upset. I'm like, my career's done. Like, what career? This is my first acting class. I've never done anything, but I was so upset. And anyways, fortunately, we called them. They let me come back to the studio, and I did the class. I finished the class. It was a 6-week class, I believe. And by the end of it, I fell in love with acting. And I just became this, like, I could talk to people after this class. I had friends from the class. Like, it was so amazing. But I just knew that acting is what I wanted to do. And it scared the heck out of me. Like, I was so nervous to always, audition in front of people or go to these classes. But I stuck with it because I knew that's what I wanted to do. And it's what I fell in love with. And I keep falling in love with it every day. Like, it's my one true love. And honestly, it saved me as a person because now I can do these things. Now I can talk to people. But yeah, I love it. So I kind of just fell into it by being really scared, but not letting my fears take over. And I knew that's what I wanted to do, so I stuck with it.
I feel like most of my teachers would wish I had stayed quiet in class.
I was the worst. I could not speak. Like, I don't know what it was. I was so shy. And anybody that told me that I was shy, I got so offended. Like, the word shy, it was a trigger for me. I'm like, I am not shy. Oh my gosh. But
never had those problems. I can't relate. I talk too much.
You're so lucky.
Well, it gets me to myself. So.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, so what's your favorite role?
My favorite role? Ooh, so role that I've done, that would be my favorite. I just filmed a show called Lady Ada's Secret Society. And that one, it was so cool for me because I'm a very dramatic actor. I live in the world of drama. Like, that's just what I've always liked. But this show is actually a comedy. So it was so cool to be able to dive into that world, and I think it's so different from drama in so many ways, like the way you deliver your lines, the banter back and forth, the timing is so different, and it's definitely a very different skill from drama acting, but it was so much fun. It was so much fun, so I loved getting to do that. I was also the school bully in that show, which was cool. I think one of my favorite things about acting is being able to play things that you're just not. So that was really fun. And also that project, the whole cast and crew is just absolutely phenomenal. And I think it's probably one of my first projects that I really honestly consider every single person family, which is so cool. But also, back in 2016, I believe, I did a film called Severance, and it was based on a true story. It followed a girl named Christiane who passed away from cancer, so the whole movie was about her journey and, how it affected her as well as her family, and kind of the ups and downs that she went through during her battle with cancer. And that was always going to be one of my favorite roles ever. I think it's just so special, and it's such an inspiring movie, and I'm just so grateful that I got to be a part of that film. It was absolutely incredible. But to go off of a role that I auditioned for, one of my all-time favorite auditions I just did, I think, last year, and I can't really give a whole bunch of details about it because it's not out, but basically this was also based on a true story, and it was about a drug addict and kind of following this girl and her road to recovery and the ups and downs that she went through. And it was it's such a cool audition. It was like in the audition, it was I had a bottle of alcohol because I was also an alcoholic, so I was like drinking that during the audition, and I got really into it. Like, I really gave it, and I went to take a sip from the bottle, and I hit my tooth like really, really, really hard, and it, like, you heard it really loud, and then I chipped a little tiny piece of my tooth off from the bottle. So I'm like, I need to get that. I injured myself in this audition. Like, you better give this to me. But that one was fun. I think it's cool to play roles that are so different from you. But also I love true stories because I think they're just so special to be able to play and get to be a part of telling that story.
So that's like Euphoria, but not Euphoria.
Oh my gosh, Euphoria is, okay, I actually, now that you've brought up Euphoria, that's one of my favorite shows, and I just did an audition a couple weeks ago, where it's a show kind of based off of Euphoria, but like, not really, but like kind of, so like the inspiration for all the characters are from Euphoria, and anyways, my role that I auditioned for was based on Sydney Sweeney in Euphoria. And we got permission to do like the full wardrobe. We could go as far as we wanted for the audition. We could do like the Euphoria makeup. And that was a good time. That was a good time. That was one of the best auditions. It was so much fun. I love Euphoria.
Euphoria is awesome.
I love it.
So what do you do in your free time?
Oh my gosh. What do I do in my free time? I love learning different things. I really, really love learning. Right now, I'm learning how to scuba dive, which is very fun. It's actually I started doing that for a role that I have coming up. I have to learn how to scuba dive, so that's originally why I got into it, but it's so much fun. I love it. I really love horseback riding. I do a lot of that in my free time. I love animals. I had 2 dogs, and we unfortunately they passed away in the last year. So right now I'm just kind of dog sitting for all of my friends because I'm not ready to get another dog yet. And also I now live by myself, so it wouldn't really be fair to get a dog just because I wouldn't be able to give them the time that they need. And also I'm kind of all over the place all the time. I never know where I'm going to be. So I've just been dog sitting for my friends right now. And honestly, right now I'm taking the time to watch a lot of Netflix. I really, really love I love watching like new shows and movies that come out because I think as an actor I'm like I watch it in a way that I'm like picking things apart, and I'm always learning that way as well with my own craft. So yeah, I think that's fun, but I love learning. I don't know, I'm kind of down for anything. Like I said, I'm doing horseback riding right now. I want to learn a language. I'm trying to decide what language I want to learn right now. I've been working on like some accents as well, just because I really, one of my favorite shows is Peaky Blinders, and I'm like, I really want to be in that. So I'm trying to like learn the Peaky Blinders accent so I can maybe have a chance. But yeah, I don't know. I just love learning. I love doing different things. I love trying out new things. I'm learning how to skate right now. I'm not proud of this. I'm a Canadian and I don't know how to skate. Like, I feel like Canadians should be born knowing how to skate, like, before you walk. But I don't know how to skate, so I'm working on that. But yeah, I just love trying new things in my free time. I like learning.
Don't worry, I don't know how to skate. I can technically skate, but I don't. So I don't know if
I can skate when I'm holding the side. So technically, I can skate a little bit, right? I can stand on skates. That's all that matters, really.
I learned at one point. So I don't know if I can or I can't anymore. But.
Okay, I'm glad you're with me here. This is good. I'm not the only one.
Now, because you said you can do the Peaky Blinders accent, you're gonna have to give it a whirl on here.
Okay, give me a line to say. Give me a line. I'm not good. I'm still learning. Oh my gosh. Okay. Give me a line.
Just introduce yourself. Using the accent.
Okay, ready? Hi, I'm Shailyn Griffin.
Love it.
Do you think can I go in the show yet? I think I'm ready. I think
you're ready.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I think you're ready.
You kind of spoiled my next question by telling me what shows you're watching, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. So, what movies and shows are you currently watching?
No, I have a long list of these. You sit back, get ready.
I'm ready.
So the most recent movie I just watched, I was invited to a screening for the movie called The Whale. I think it's out in theaters today, actually. I think this is the first day that it's out, but it was such a good movie. It stars Brendan Fraser and Sadie Sink from Stranger Things. So good. Such a good movie. If you need a movie to go watch in the theater right now, it's The Whale. It was phenomenal. It was so good. So that's the most recent movie that I just watched. Shows right now, I'm on my last episode of Wednesday. Love that. So good. What else am I watching?
Tim Burton.
What?
Tim Burton too.
Tim Burton, exactly, yes. Tim Burton and Jenna Ortega, that duo is just incredible. Like, you can't get better than that. So good. What else am I watching? I really love foreign shows. So, like, the shows that you have to have subtitles for. Specifically, Elite on Netflix, which is a Spanish show. Money Heist. I love Money Heist, which is also a Spanish show. Squid Games. Love that. I just started watching The Mess You Leave Behind, I think it's called, which is also a Spanish show. And the main guy in that is from Elite, which is one of my favorite shows. So I think it's going to be good. When I say I started it, I'm literally like 2 minutes into it, so I don't know what it's going to be like yet, but I have high hopes for that. I just finished watching Unbelievable, which is a series on Netflix with Caitlin Dever. She's one of my favorite actresses. It was such a good show. What else? My guilty pleasure show is Too Hot to Handle. On Netflix, I binged that, the new season of that. That's an experience watching that show. That's something. But yeah, I'm watching a whole bunch of shows. I'm kind of the type of person that, like, I get distracted very easily, so I'll, like, start a show, and then I see another show that I'm like, oh my god, I have to watch that. So I'm, like, going in between these shows, which is not a good idea. It's weird. But, yeah, I watch a whole bunch of shows at once. I have, like, a long list of shows that I want to watch, too. I'm going to be busy. I've got superheroes to learn, and I've got all these other shows that I want to watch. I'm going to need some time here.
Yeah, I'm also a very distractible TV watcher.
So yeah.
I tried to watch Grey's Anatomy. I can't. I'm too far behind now. There's like a million seasons of that, and it's like I'll finish one and then I go way off. Like I can't stick to that. That's too long for me to watch that many seasons. I definitely wouldn't be able to do that. I get way too distracted. No way would I be able to finish that. So I've just given up on Grey's Anatomy, unfortunately. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, I can't binge any long shows because I get distracted too often.
That's why I like limited series on Netflix. I love limited series because you can pop them off in one day and then you're done. You're done. You just need one day. You need to just focus on that for one day and then you're good.
Or the animated comedies like Family Guy stuff where you can just put it on in the background.
Exactly. I love those. Yeah, 100%. Those are great. Those are great little shows when you're cleaning the house or cooking or whatever. Yeah.
So what's your all-time favorite movie?
Whoa. Oh my gosh. Whenever I get this question, it's almost like I've never seen a movie in my life. My all-time favorite movie. I love Alfred Hitchcock. Like the old movies I really love, specifically Psycho, Rear Window I really, really like. I did, in high school, a couple of my friends, we had like this calendar of October, and we'd write like a movie we were going to watch each night, like a Halloween type movie. And Psycho was on there, and that's originally how I watched that movie, and I loved it. That's definitely one of my all-time favorite movies. E.T. Okay, I don't cry. Movies do not make me cry. I'm very emotional, like, myself, but when I watch a movie, I don't know what goes on. It's like I turn into this, like, really cold-hearted person. Like, I don't cry. But E.T. Phone Home, that gets me every single time. I sob. It does something to me. That goodbye scene with E.T. and Elliot, seeing that little guy leaving and then dying on the table. Oh, it's so sad. But that's one of my favorite movies, I think. And what else? Parasite. I really love Parasite. They won like a kajillion awards, rightly so. But I think that movie for me is one of my favorites because it's so unique. And being an actor, I really love like creative new ways to storytell, and I just think that movie was so incredibly done. It's so different than other movies. I think it's so cool. It was such a cool movie. So that one would be one of my favorites as well. And then I'd have to go with like Beetlejuice. It would be a disservice to not put a Tim Burton movie in here. So I'm gonna say Beetlejuice would be also one of my favorites.
What's your guilty pleasure movie?
Oh, my guilty pleasure movie. I really like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. That's probably my guilty pleasure movie. I love that movie. I watch that all the time. Or Superbad, which is ironic because I don't like comedies necessarily. Like, if you were to say pick a movie, comedy would not be the genre that I would typically go to. I don't know why. It's just not something that I really watch all the time. But Superbad, I've seen that movie a lot, and it never gets old. That's a very good movie. That's one of my favorites. That's gonna be added to the list of my favorite movies too. But I'd say Charlie and the Chocolate Factory or Superbad would be my guilty pleasure movies.
Is it bad I don't like Superbad? Everyone tells me I'm supposed to like it, but I don't.
Okay, we're gonna end this right now. Oh my, what? You don't like Superbad?
Okay, just fine. One of the main actors. Annoying. I'm not gonna say who it is.
No, I know who you think it is. Oh, yeah, it's a special movie. I feel like you have to like you've got to be a special person to like that movie. But I love it. It's funny.
And I'm like very that rom-com thing. And we're general comedy. Like, I can't get into that.
You know what? Fair. I haven't seen any superhero movies, so I can't say anything to you. Fair. Okay? Fair.
So now, what are you working on now? Projects you have coming up.
So, that Lady Ada's Secret Society show that I was just talking about, we're kind of doing the festival run with it right now, and we've got a whole bunch of nominations in like a ton of different countries, and we're starting to win a whole bunch of awards. So we're keeping our fingers crossed for season 2. I'm trying to manifest this for 2023. But I was just cast in a show that we're going to start filming in the summer of 2023. I can't really give like a whole bunch of details on it yet, but it's going to be based on a book. And the movie Elvis with Austin Butler that came out earlier this year, I believe. Yeah. Some of the people involved in that movie are going to also be involved in the show, so I'm so excited. It's going to be so much fun. Also, it's filming away, which I'm so excited about. I get to travel to film this show, which is so cool. I've done that a little bit in the past, like going elsewhere to film, but this one's in like a really cool place.
Tell us where?
Very excited. Okay, you know what? It's going to be, I can't really give the exact location, but we're going to be filming in like a palace. Whoa. So that's going to be really fun. That's actually the project that I'm learning scuba diving for as well. I'm going to do my own stunts in this show. So that's going to be interesting. But I'm so excited. It's going to be so much fun. I can't wait.
Okay, so now I'm going to make you think a little bit.
Okay. I'm ready.
If you had unlimited money for your dream movie that you could star in, who would direct? Who would co-star? What would the plot be?
Whoa! Whoa. Okay. I'm gonna say co-starring with me would be, oh my gosh, you've really done it here. Co-starring, I have to throw in like Leonardo DiCaprio. Of course. Leonardo DiCaprio, Drew Barrymore, because E.T. I'd actually bring E.T. into the movie. Like, himself. E.T. would be the movie. Can I get Tim Burton to direct?
Sure.
Can I put this in the budget? Tim Burton would direct, and the genre of the movie would be like a weird Tim Burton type movie. I love those like gothic fantasy type horror movies. So it would be like that. I think it would be cool. I've always wanted to do like something with zombies, zombie related. I think that would be really fun to play. I also think it would be interesting to like see Leonardo DiCaprio and Drew Barrymore do that. That would be definitely interesting. And one more person to co-star with me would be Millie Bobby Brown. I think she's wonderful. I think any movie that she's in is going to be A++. And E.T., of course. Like, come on. E.T. with zombies? Whoa! That's crazy. I think that would be the plot of it. Zombies. I don't really know where we're going to go with that. I've just got zombies in my head right now, and Tim Burton. Tim Burton can really do something with zombies. So, yeah, that would be cool.
Okay, this is intriguing.
Yeah, we need to make this movie now.
Absolutely.
We have to make this happen.
Just find Tim Burton.
Right? Let's message him after this. Get him on here. Let's go.
I'm gonna tag him.
Yes, 100%. We have to make this happen.
Now, as we get to the end of the interview, I'm gonna ask you a question. What advice do you have for young people who are interested in this industry?
Oh my gosh, that's such a good question. I think one of the most important things to keep in mind in the industry is there is way more rejection than anything else that you get, right? You go to so many more auditions than you book, right? And I think for me, starting out, that was difficult to wrap my head around just because it's like I started to blame myself. I'm like, well, I must not be good if I'm going to so many auditions all the time and I'm not booking. But what you have to keep in mind is like there's so many factors that go into it, and there's so many reasons why you might not have booked, like so many uncontrollable things, right? Like maybe you're not tall enough, or maybe you're too tall, or the way you sound, they don't want that for the character, or you just don't resonate with the character, and that's just, there's nothing you can do about that. It's just the way it is. So I think advice would be to just not give up, because I think that's so easy to want to do sometimes, because it's not an easy industry at all. It's definitely not an easy career path by any means. And I think just staying passionate about your dreams and your goals, and understanding that no goal or no dream is too big. Not letting your fears stop you. I'm walking proof of that. And also, I think just having fun. It's so important to have fun in the industry. Like, when I was first going to auditions, I was always like, I think this is what the casting director wants to see. And it would take away from my own creative mind doing the roles and you know, creating my audition. It was like I was trying to morph my performance into what I think they want, which is just not the way to be. It's really not. You have to believe in yourself, and you have to stay true to yourself, and you have to be your own person, and that's what's going to make you succeed in the industry, is being unique and, you know, doing your own thing and not being afraid to do your own thing. So yeah, I think that would be my advice, is just staying true to yourself and having your goals and ambition and not letting go of that. And as hard as it is, and as many adversities as you get in the industry, which you will, because it's not easy, just sticking through that, and eventually things are going to work out for you.
And I think that's the perfect note. Thank you for coming on and taking the time.
Thank you so much for having me. It was so great to chat with you.
It was great to chat with you. Everyone watching this on YouTube can see your social media under your face. But do you want to tell everyone who's watching where to find you?
Yes. So my main platform is Instagram. It's Shailyn, SHAILYN _Griffin, GRIFFIN.
Perfect. And again, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much for having me. And get me those superhero recommendations. We're gonna.
I will. Trust me.
I'm gonna work on this. This is gonna be my holiday thing now. Superheroes.
Right after I'll send you an email. I have a list.
Love that. Amazing.
Okay, have a great holiday. Thank you again.
Thank you so much.
And see everyone watching. Bye.
Bye.
Happy holidays.